Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, so, I did my final analysis of the Jeffrey Dahmer film, or should I say the limited TV series, which means they purposely only gonna run it for what you would call one season or whatever. And, this day and age, a season could be like 10 1-hour episodes. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged 22 to 24 episodes usually, but it's a limited series. But nevertheless, one of the key components in the movie that I think bothered a lot of people is something that's very relevant in what goes on today, based off how we're perceived when it comes to other people. The difference. One of the characters in the movie, Glenda Cleveland, and she's no longer with us. I think she passed away in 2010, maybe. So she's been gone for a little while. But nevertheless, her character played brilliantly by Niecy Nash, was one of the main people complaining about Jeffrey Dahmer, called the police on him several times, complained about his behavior, about strange noises coming out his house, loud music playing throughout the night, various different things, the smell coming out, the smell coming from his apartment. I mean, at the end of the day, if you could smell something coming out of somebody's apartment in the hallway, to be honest with you, the landlord should have been stepped in. And that's just real talk. But basically, Glenda Cleveland had made complaints to management about Jeffrey Dahmer, had made complaints to the police, and then when they spotted the 14-year-old boy, in which they basically assisted Jeffrey Dahmer in bringing him back into the house and basically, doing what he did to him. And by the way, the Milwaukee Police Department, that's just, wow. Just wow. But basically, they saw her as just some black person just complaining. Who cares what she thinks? Don't tell us how to do our job. This is what happens. A lot of times when you encounter law enforcement, sometimes when they blatantly profile you, walk up to you and randomly ask you for identification, and then when you tell them, hey, I know the law, I'm exercising my Fourth Amendment rights, they get upset, and then they ask if they want to attack you when you have every right to exercise your Fourth Amendment rights. Or if you making a complaint when you try to report a crime, but if the perpetrator doesn't, look like you, then it's no urgency to do anything. If you say, hey, I see two black dudes with hoodies on, here they come. They'll be there in 2 minutes. Be there before you hang up the phone. But if you say, hey, it's a Caucasian guy, then they want all the information they can get. And then they still may not show up for hours. And then if they happen to see this so-called suspicious looking white guy, long as he, long as he's the right color and looks normal, and ain't, walking around with a chainsaw or a machete and a hockey mask on, then, hey, everything's good. But that's how they do. I've had this issue on my job. You see this in real life. If a Caucasian person has an issue, something going on that may be strange, whether it's at the job, maybe it's another situation, then it's a concern, it's an issue. If it's me or somebody from my community, oh, we're whining, we're crying, we're too emotional. How often do you hear those words? On a regular basis. And I think that was one of the most disturbing parts about that movie, that they tried to do something. They tell us, get involved. Talk to your local law enforcement. Well, she did. And she was ignored. They made it look like they were harassing him. So there you have it. You can't win for losing. And then they wonder why in our community it's a distrust for, Johnny Law, or when it comes to other situations, because this is did to us on a regular basis. We're not supposed to have an opinion. We're not supposed to have a voice. Just shut up and take it. Just be quiet. Speak when spoken to. And then when I speak to you as a non-black, watch your words. But I don't have to watch my words around you. So there you have it. It's your boy Town Biz, man. I'm out.